What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about 4K. Now 4K has truly taken over the physical media world. It is definitely the future of Blu-rays. They look amazing and studios just keep on putting out catalog titles on 4K, which I love. But right here in front of me are 10 Blu-ray releases that I would love to see come to 4K sometime in the future soon. Now, just because I have 10 here in front of me doesn't mean that this is the only 10 Blu-ray releases that I would love to see come to 4K. Trust me, there are hundreds, if not thousands. But these are probably just the top 10 in my collection that I would love to see come to 4K. So let's just get started talking about them. First up, I have Pulp Fiction. I would love to see this come to 4K. This is an absolute classic and it is definitely one of my favorite films of all time. And it already looks beautiful, but it could look better, and I bet the 4K would look gorgeous to this movie. So yes, I would definitely love to see Pulp Fiction come to 4K sometime in the future soon. Next up, we got my first set of films, and that would be the Indiana Jones The Complete Adventure. I would love to see this come to 4K. This would be a day one buy for me. I absolutely love hold up, I don't love all these films. I absolutely love the first three films. Number 4, yeah, it's not that good. But this set really needs to come out on 4K. Maybe add some new special features on there, and it would definitely be a day one buy. These films would look amazing in 4K. Now, next up on the list, I wanted to add an animated film in this video just because I didn't have any animated films at first, but I decided to add one. And why not get Studio Ghibli in the 4K game? That would be amazing. And since My Neighbor Totoro is my favorite Studio Ghibli film, I would definitely love to see this come to 4K. I absolutely adore this movie. This was my favorite animated film of all time until Into the Spider-Verse, but I would seriously love for this movie to be on 4K. It already looks beautiful. It is some of the best animation of all time, but on 4K it would look even way better, and I would definitely buy if it came to 4K. Next up, we got probably the one I want the most on 4K, hands down, and that would be Star Wars. Actually, not this release. That would be Star Wars, the original trilogy, with despecialized editions, all in their original form as they were shown in theaters for the first time. If that ever did happen and they were on 4K, oh my goodness, that would absolutely be a must buy. These editions are obviously amazing, and it's Star Wars. It would absolutely have to be a must buy. Like, I would buy that easily day one. I don't care about the cost. They would look beautiful in 4K, and they would be untouched by George Lucas. So that is definitely my most want on 4K. Next up, I decided to add a horror film into the list, and that would be my favorite horror film of all time, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I would love to see this movie in 4K. I mean, I absolutely adore this movie. It already looks great on Blu-ray, but the 4K would look even better. I have watched this film countless times. I have studied this film. It is a masterpiece, and I would love to see this come to 4K someday. Next up, we got a Alfonso Cuarón film, and probably not the one that you guys are thinking. A lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh yes, Gravity on 4K. That would be amazing. Don't get me wrong, Gravity on 4K would be absolutely mind-blowing. But Children of Men is one of my favorite films of all time, and I would love to see this on 4K. I mean, it's a masterpiece of a movie. It looks gorgeous, and just to see that long take in this film on 4K is worth it alone. Hopefully someday in the future they release this on 4K, because I would absolutely love to see this. It is a beautiful film. It's a masterpiece, and yeah, I would just love to see it on 4K someday. Next release here, we got the Alien Anthology. I would love to see this on 4K. Heck, just give me a 2-pack with the first 2 films on 4K, and that's good enough for me, because I absolutely love the first 2 Alien films. They are some of the best horror / sci-fi films ever made, and they would look stunning on 4K, and hopefully someday in the future they release these on 4K. Hey, who knows, someone with power could be watching this video. please, if you are watching this video and somehow you work at a studio and have some sort of power, definitely try and get these movies on 4K, because me and a bunch of other people would definitely pay a lot for these movies. So just please get these on 4K if you have the power to. But I know no one's watching this that has the power to. Another one that I would definitely must buy, day one purchase for me, but that would be the Lord of the Rings trilogy on 4K. Oh my goodness, that would be absolutely glorious. Like, I don't even care if it's the extended editions or not. Just give me the trilogy on 4K together in an awesome packaging like this. Oh my goodness, that would be a day one purchase. I absolutely love this trilogy. I think this is the greatest trilogy ever made, ever put on film. Peter Jackson did an incredible job directing these movies. It's just an accomplishment in film, and I absolutely adore these movies, and to have them on 4K would just be incredible. So hopefully someday in the future these get released to 4K, because I would definitely buy those. And another release that I would love on 4K, another must buy for me, and that would be the Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. Now, I do have this giant set here. It's like glass, but they do have a smaller version of this set. I will pop up a picture right here. But definitely love to have that smaller set at least on 4K. That would be absolutely amazing. I think it comes with like 15 films, but just to have like Psycho, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Rear Window, all on 4K, that would be absolutely brilliant. Those are easily some of the best films ever made, and I would absolutely adore those movies on 4K. We are down to my last thing on 4K I would want. This is a lot of people's choice. I'm sure if everybody made a video on this, this would easily be in everybody's top 10 list, but that would be James Cameron's Avatar. I mean, what can be said about this film that hasn't been said? It is a groundbreaking film. Just as a movie alone, this movie is beyond beautiful. It looks incredible, especially on Blu-ray. But if they put this out on 4K, oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. This is definitely something that 4K was just made for. Like, 4K was made for films like this, and this definitely needs a 4K release as soon as possible. And I'm sure they will put this on 4K soon, because I know they're coming out with like 10 sequels or something like that. So I'm sure once one of those are close to coming out, they will put this on 4K, because this definitely needs a 4K release, and I can't believe it doesn't already. Anyway, those are probably my top 10 releases I would definitely want on 4K. But let me know down in the comments what your 10 would be, because I'm pretty curious just to know what you guys want on 4K. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I try and put out content daily. I try. It doesn't always happen. I don't really have like an upload schedule, but I just try and upload as much as I can. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.